Good morning, lovely people. How are you today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Joanna Hall, the creator of WalkActive, and welcome to session 11 of my core and posture morning boosters. These are simple, quick and easy posture enhancing mobility and stretch exercises with a special focus on our core, just to help us have positive connection with the body, and really importantly to complement my whole WalkActive system. So we're going to be opening up the hips and really working through the whole positive connection with the body, so that when we actually go out and do our walking, we get more from it for our health, our fitness, and obviously our mental well-being as well. So gorgeous people, today we're going to start standing up and then come down onto the floor. It's just you and me, okay, just your equipment, nothing needed. You might want a towel if you want a bit of extra support on your knees, but other than that, let's begin. So begin, if I can invite you to join me on your mat. Have your feet hip distance apart, and if you're familiar with my approach, we talk about having correct hip distance apart by using the distance between your thumb and your little finger. So you're going to bend your knees just a little bit and just tuck your tailbone under as you just sort of check your alignment. And use this time just to set yourself up mentally as well here. So you've got the same distance between the thumb and little finger as you have with your big toes, down through the knuckles of your toes, coming up through the ankle joints, and extend that all the way through the body. And this will really help start the correct alignment from the feet, tracking up through the knees, up over the hips. As you do that, feel that you create space in those joints and just extend that lovely feeling of elevation right through the body for our first overhead stretch this morning. And take time to really fill your space, whatever that feels for you today. So maybe you feel the muscles wrapping around your thigh up through the body, but also space in your joints, so space in the ankle joints. Give a little wriggle if you want over the knees, feel some space there, a little bit in the hip, and distance between the earlobes and shoulders, and obviously the space in the hands as well, okay? And then from here, the gorgeous people, I invite you to take hold of one wrist, stretch a little bit more, and then just start to have this lovely side stretch. So a nice lateral move to get our bodies waking up to begin with, and also wriggling the fingers and grounding this foot into the floor. So we feel how there's a positive connection all the way through the body. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Deep breath in, and then come up onto the other side. Grab hold of the other wrist and pre-lengthen. And again, just take a moment, tap into that feeling of muscles wrapping around, space in the joints, and coming over that side. So always be indulgent with our bodies as we explore how they're feeling today. Wriggle the fingers, push that heel into the ground. Good job. And then from the front position here, what I'd like you to do is just bring one hand in front of you, and you have a reference point on your hip bone. And then bring the other one and put the palm into the middle of the back. So I'm just going to show you from the side. And from this position, your knees might be a little bit soft. And all I'd like you to do is actually thinking about turning your body nice and gently towards the open side. So your knees and your feet or hips are facing forward, and you're going to lift up and just rotate. Now, when you're in this position here, I'd like you to think about the width of your body. So we're opening up and getting a little bit of stretch with the mobility in the mid-back, but specifically think about the width in this plane. So where are we with the elbow here, and where are we with the elbow? So your body becomes neat in this space, and then ease forward, and then just roll the shoulders a little bit. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So the other hand comes to this wrist, sorry, up to this hip, so that gives you a reference point. And your spare hand then comes into the small of your back. So whatever feels good for you. You've got a little bit of opening here in the shoulder. I'll turn here to show you sideways. Knees a little bit soft, and have discipline with the position of your foot and the knees and the hips, facing that direction. Lift up nice and tall, and then think about filling the width of your body. So that's elbow to elbow in this plane here. Just a nice gentle mobilizing exercise for the upper back. So important for bringing energy into the body and also enhancing our posture, especially here as we feel that we open that area up. Take a deep breath in, and then come back to the center position. Good job. Just roll out those shoulders. I invite you to join me for our first abdominal J today. So the feet and hips are apart, elbows a little bit soft, hands are interlinked, and we're going to draw the hands down as we tuck under, start to engage that lower abdominal area. Does this feel better than the first one? And then that lovely big scoop up. So we feel our body grow. We feel how we get the abdominals having that nice taut, protective effect for the back, there's space and length in, but also from a kind of a cosmetic perspective here, functionally flattening and firming. The shoulders are opening, Dipping down into that waistline, and we're here with our global breathing for 10 and 9 and 8. Just wake them up a little bit. 7 and 6 and 5. Feel more open with your posture. 4 more, drawing in and up. 2 and 1. And just relax down. Good job. Just give a feet a little walk through. And we're going to repeat that little sequence again with the rotation. So big, deep breath in. Stretch up nice and tall. Feel your space. So maybe feel how this becomes a little more comfortable to be taller. Stretch. Explore the space your body takes in today. Take hold of one wrist. Reach over. Let's make it a bit more expansive and add that leg. So we really feel how there's a stretch and a connection from our hand all the way down to that side of the body. From here, bring that foot into the body, stretch into the body at the top, and this hand that's higher is going to rest on this wrist. Spin this one around. So we're going to come back into our second rotation twist. So from the front, it's going to look like this. My feet and my knees are hip facing you, and I'm just going to turn my body. Now keep this awareness, feeling the width of the body. And all we're doing here is just putting a bit of mobility into the middle back. And the lovely thing about mobility is that we're actually encouraging the range of motion in our joints. So it's quite good to come back and revisit these positions. So take a big deep breath in, appreciate the width of your body, come back to the center, just roll out, and we're going to repeat on the other side. So deep breath in, stretch up nice and tall. How are we doing? Grab hold that wrist. Really good. How much space can you take in today? Reach right over. And then from here, add that leg, extend it out, maybe challenging your balance a little bit, rotating that hip slightly forward so we have that lovely alignment, the symmetry, stretching your fingertips. Deep breath in, and then bring that foot in, nice and controlled, bring the body to a central position, and then the extended hand comes onto the hip. Spin the other one behind you here so you get this lovely opening of the shoulder, and then have the discipline with the position of your feet and your knees and your hips, lifting up, gorgeous people, and then explore the width of your body in this position. So you've got the length through your body. The internal obliques are working to keep the length, but then the external obliques, which form the waistline specifically, are just being neat and tapered and just helping us support this body here. Deep breath in, and then come back to the center position. Good job. Come back, turn here sideways just to show you. Soften the knees just a little bit. I'm going to draw the hands down as I draw that. And then I've got my lovely distance here between my ribs and my hips, my global breathing. I'm here for tapering in and up. So I'm neat, I'm flattening, and I'm tapering into my waist. 7 and 6 and 5. Softness in the shoulders. These babies are relaxed. 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. And relax. That's a great job. Well done. So just have the thumbs into your thighs. We'll just do a couple of WalkActive shoulder shrugs. So from here, we're going to roll right up. So little fingers there now to your thighs. And relax down, nice and loose. And just let the arms be nice and loose and open. So really encourage the shoulder girdle to come into the correct position. Let's do that again. So from here, I'm going to lift up. I'm going to rotate round, I'm going to come down, and then just nice and loose, just feeling that position. One more time. So from here, I'm going to come up, I'm going to rotate round, I'm going to come down, and just in the arms down. Good job. Now, from here, come to the end of your mat. We're going to take the arms right above the head, stretching out nice and tall, and we're going to our first roll down. So bend the knees, the tailbone under, let the hands come to the shoulders. So you've got this nice opening here below spine. Upper body has a bit of movement. And we're going to go straight into a roll down. So let the head just kind of come in. Take your time to ease through that range of motion. And then from this position here, easing out, just saying hello back to the legs. How are we doing today? Come to a point of stillness when you feel good today, gorgeous people. Knees are bent. Emphasis a bit more on the heel pad rather than coming forward. We're just going to take the pressure off the knees. And 6 nice careful walks are going to take you out to the box position. So we're here for 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and 5 and 6. And then from here, bend the knees and just come down with grace and control. So we have this nice feeling of awareness in the body. And then from here, we're just going to do a little sequence. So just to start with, just ease off and find yourself a point of symmetry. And then I'm going to ask you just to extend one arm out really long. And from here, that extended arm is going to reach through and actually hold on the back of the opposite thigh. So you've got a little bit of something to grab hold of. Even if it's just maybe your leggings here, you can hold on there. Now drop the head down and just arch the back up like a cat. And at the same time, pull away from your hand on the back of your thigh. So it's a really delicious way of putting movement into the backs of your shoulder girdle. Just take a deep breath in here. And then from here, you're going to reach the arm out and just do a big arm circle all the way around, and then you place it on the ground. Okay, let's do that on the other side. So stretch the arm out first of all, so you get that length. Again, work on the distance between pubic bone and sternum. And then this extended arm is going to reach through and attach the back of the thighs. Get a bit of flesh. Feel yourself today, people. And if that feels uncomfortable, just grab hold of your trousers so you feel you just got something. The head comes down. Push up through the extended hand on the floor. And allow the shoulder girdle of the hand that is being supported on the thigh just to kind of spin out. So you're just exploring a bit of movement in that area. Breathe in. And then you're going to breathe out, release the arms, stretch that, and a nice big circle all the way around. Good job. Okay, how are we doing? From here, lovely people, tuck your toes underneath you, and we're going to come into a knee hover. So from here, tuck it under, and then just lift the knees off a little bit. So we're pushing and tucking the tailbone under. We're activating the soles of the feet, pressing the hands in, and just saying, hello, core, how are we today? Just feel nice and strong. And the knees should just be a little bit, maybe 2 inches off the floor. Maybe think about a novel that you're reading. You could slide that between the floor and your knees, no more than that. And then from here, gorgeous people, I invite you to extend all the way back and explore a little bit of a feeling of a downward dog. Now, no worries if it's not a really strong downward dog. So however you are today with the position of straightening the legs at the knees, need to be a bit bent, that's absolutely cool. But think about pressing into the hands, chest coming to the thighs. You can just modify it if you want. But the emphasis is the tailbone coming up onto that diagonal. So you're just exploring into the backs of the legs. Maybe take the feet a bit wider if that feels a bit easier. Add a bit of movement. And then from here, take a deep breath in, bend the knees, control it down, and you're going to lower yourself down, untuck your toes, and just stretch and paint those hands down the mat. So you just have a lovely full body stretch. Nice big deep breath in here. And as you breathe out, you're going to paint the hands back, and we're going to repeat that. Okay, so how are we doing? All right. So remember, the first bit was we stretch the hand out so we get that length. And then from here, that hand is going to stretch through, take hold of behind that thigh, lift up a little bit more. And again, revisit it, explore how are we doing in that mobility. Does that feel a bit easier? Be a bit curious and kind of appreciative of your body as well. And then from here, that hand is released. The arm reaches forward and a nice big stretch all the way around to just open up the back. And that one comes down here. And we're going to repeat on the other side. So just check that you've got that nice symmetrical position in between here as well, just to help with your stability. Reach forward, stretch into that space. And then from here, this hand is going to thread through to the back of the leg. From here, lift up nice and smooth. Get that feeling pulling up through the body. So you feel how you've got a bit of space. From that shoulder girdle here, it kind of spins out. So we have this delicious stretch just in behind those little tiny muscles behind the shoulder girdle, which can be quite difficult to kind of say, hello, how you doing? And then from here, we're going to stretch the arm back, spin it around. Good job. Really wake up the body. And then from here, spread the hands, tuck your toes under. Are you ready for that knee hover? So find yourself, tuck your tailbone under. Are we ready? Spread the fingers, hover the knees off, tuck under, press in, nice and controlled. Feel strong here. Keep that tailbone tucked under. Wake up your feet. Just really feel how strong you can take anything to bring down. Please do. Work to your level today. And if you can, invite yourself with me to extend your hips up and just come into that downward dog. So you just feel, speak of which, hello Barney, how are you today, brother? And then just, I invite you as well. So from here, just move a little bit of space between your feet. And you're just lifting, trying to get your chest back towards your thighs. You see, we're keeping it real in this house. And then from here, press that chest back towards those calves and see how that feels. And then from here, you can come forward onto your toes, control it as you come down. So feel that you have strength here. And you're also respectful about how you move your body from each position. Tuck your toes underneath again and just invite your body to place your hands down the mat. If you're feeling a bit sensitive on your knees today, you can keep your bottom up away so you're actually opening up the angle here. But really just paint and explore your fingertips down that mat. Maybe play the piano with your fingertips as well, just to wake them up. And then from here, paint the hands down the mat. Tuck your toes underneath you, and we're going to come into a forward hanging bend. So you can come through that downward dog if you want, see how that feels. Or you can actually just bend the knees and then slowly walk the feet in towards your hands, nice and controlled. So here we are with maybe our second forward hanging bend. So just see how that feels. Does that feel a bit more open? And all these things are really important, just to take these small wins and appreciate our body, lifting up through the backs of the legs. And again, you have lovely awareness here, lovely people, of the ball of your feet, but also the heel pad. Okay, so put a little bit more emphasis into the heel pad as you ease up. So you start to stimulate more the posterior chain. And as you do that, you slowly roll up, come up nice and gently in your own time, see how you feel today, sort yourself out, come back to some position to face me if that feels good for you today. Take the arms above the head, so you just start to have a deep breath, re-establish where you are, think about that foot position so you've got that hip distance. And we're just going to finish this little sequence with some abdominal J's and some ab pulls, okay? So when you're ready, I invite you to interlink your hands. And remember, if you need any extra advice here on the abdominal J's, I have an actual video that I'll put at the end of this video once I'm able to edit it, so you can actually follow it and join in your own time to recap this technique, because it's so super effective. Are you ready? Really think about bending the knees, and as we do that, we draw in through that lower transverse muscle, so right down by the pubic bone here. And then I'm going to gather all the way up, so I feel this length. I'm going to relax the shoulders. I meet into the waistline here, and then I finish with that global greeting. So I'm here for 10, 9, 8. This is drawn in, this is drawn up. I'm meeting the waistline, and I've got distance between the ribs and the hips. So I'm really working all the abdominals. These babies are relaxed. I haven't forgotten my counting, and I've got a space in my spine down here. Maybe for 2 more, 1 more, and release down. So as you release down, maybe you feel how everything becomes a little bit heavier, sinking down. So we're going to reignite this whole abdominal area, so we create stability and length and tautness and openness with our posture. Are you ready? Here's our second one. Go. So bend the knees, scoop under, really get into this troublesome, tricky area. This is hard. Leave the hand there if you feel not much is happening, but visualize pulling away from your fingertips with your belly. You're here now to your sternum. Relax the shoulders down. Think about being neat from your rib cage in the V position down towards your pubic bone, and then you're going to finish it with your global greeting. So this is drawn in, this is drawn up, neat and length here for 10, 9, 8. These babies are relaxed, space in your spine, really flattening, opening your posture, feeling strong, feeling vital. 7, 6, and 5, last 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. And relax down. Good job. So keep that feeling right through the rest of your day. Take your hand, lovely people, rest it right down between your pubic bone and your belly button. So we've got these 2 points now. That's what we're going to really try to target. So the hand stays low. Finger comes into your belly button. I'm going to pull away from the hand that's flat on my belly, and then I'm going to try to get more distance between my pubic bone and my sternum. That's pubic bone and my belly button. That's all I'm going to try to do, even if it's just a millimeter. Come up, shoulders are open, keep it up, 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 up. Bottom is relaxed, lift, 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 and relax down. That's good. Okay, let's do that again. So here we go. We're going to draw in, and then they're going to lift all the way up. So I'm just trying to maybe get a couple of millimeters. So instead of everything being compressed between these 2 points, I want space, I want lift, I want tautness. So all these internal organs have more space. Keep breathing for me. But importantly, also they create much more of a flatness, and that's going to help support our spines as well. Here we're doing, can we release it off? Great job, and we'll do 1 more. Okay, here we go. Just waking it up. Even if you feel not much is happening, visualize these muscles having that response. Here we go. Draw in, lift up. Only needs to be a millimeter or so, but we're training those muscle fibers to become stronger. We're going to require energy, active bonds between that area to maintain that length, that space, that posture improvement, that flattening. You can do it. Keep going, keep concentrating. Breathe. And ease off just a little bit, so we keep this feeling of lift and light and length in the body. Lovely people, thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to take the arms out, and we're going to send our love around the world. So big, wide stretch. Spread those fingers as well. Wrap them around the body. Give yourself a big hug, so you hold onto underneath where you can feel in that area here. So a little bit of a stretch in the back of the neck. Let the chin come down, and importantly, let the corners of your mouth rise up. Thank you so much for joining me today. We have our last session. This is session 11. We've got 1 more in this series to squeeze. Really feel proud of your efforts. And then from here, just extend up, come into a nice tall position. And we're going to send our love around the world after 3 and 2 and 1. Mwah! It's gone. Thank you so much, lovely people, for your energy today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know how you're feeling. The whole purpose of this is having a positive connection with your body and to really feel how we enhance the mobility, our posture, and to set us up for our day. This session is good at any time of the day, and it's also really brilliant for any WalkActive that you might do because we've opened up into the shoulder and into the back and also into the hip area. So from me to you, have a great day, lovely people. I hope you enjoyed the session. Please leave me a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon for our last session. Take good care, and if you get a chance to go out today, please do, because it's fabulous with me, and it's just a very, very set up a day. Take good care. Bye-bye. Thanks for your